You remember the first time I was on this show, how fucked up it was at the beginning? Were you even aware of that?
What happened?
So the first time I came on the show, I didn't know you, right? And I didn't know anything about you because I was living in Spain. And Duncan, I had done Duncan shows. The first time I'd done I didn't know what a podcast was. I came to LA to visit my parents. I had this email from Duncan. I'm a comedian. You want to do a podcast? I'm like, sure. Never met a comedian. Don't know what a podcast is. So I did it, and we had a good time. And after, he's like, I'd love to introduce you to my friend Joe Rogan. I think you guys would get along and you could do his podcast. I'd never heard of Joe Rogan. And I went back to Spain, and I was talking to my buddy Voodoo, who's a tattoo artist. And he's like, so how was LA? I was like, yeah, cool. I did a podcast with this comedian. It was really fun and interesting. And he's like, oh, you should do Joe Rogan's podcast. I'm like, dude, how do you know Duncan's friend Joe? Right? It was this whole weird thing. He's like, no, dude, Joe Rogan's. So I tried to tell you that story.